Hello everyone, I am Pavani, working as Assistant Professor in CSE AIML Department, MLR Institute of Technology. Today I would like to give a session on discourse processing. In previous video, we already discussed introduction to discourse processing. Introduction to discourse processing. What is the cohesion and coherence and reference resolution. And next one, co-reference resolution. In this video, we discuss about discourse coherence and coherence relations and discourse interpretation and discourse structure. This is today's overall view. Coming to the discourse coherence. What is the meaning of discourse coherence? We already discussed it, right? Discourse means the structured sequence of a sentence forming in a meaningful passage. However, just grouping well-formed sentences does not necessarily create a coherent discourse. For example, consider this is a passage. Consider this passage. Biomass is emerging as a viable source of power for rural electrician in India. At first glance, Kirgahalu may look like a typical village in southern Karnataka. This is some English passage. All through both sentences are grammatically correct, but there is no explicit connection between the sentence. Here, the first sentence is this one. Biomass is emerging as a viable source of power of rural electrician in India. This is a sentence one. The sentence is, at the first glance, Kirgahalu may look like a typical village in southern Karnataka. This is the second sentence. Here both sentences are grammatically correct, but there is no express connection between the sentence 1 and sentence 2. That means the reader might ask, how is Kirgahalu related to biomass? That means the Kirgahalu related to biomass. How the Kirgahalu related to biomass? This is some sentences that the speaker asks the questions. The passage lacks coherence. That means this is the lack of the coherence because it does not establish the relationship between the sentences. That's why this is a drawback in discourse coherence. To overcome this drawback, we have to add some relation. That means coherence relations to the sentences. To overcome this lack of the coherences, we are adding the coherence relations to the sentences. Okay, within the sentences. So let us see what is the difference between the coherence and cohesion. We already discussed in previous class, but just recall it. What is a coherence? It's all about the logical flow of the ideas. It ensures that sentences are meaningfully connected. That means cohesion means all about connectivity using elements like pronouns and conjunctions and differences to create a link between the words and sentences. This is all about the coherence and cohesion. Coming to the example, cohesion without sentence. I love ice cream. The Eiffel Tower is in Paris. A sentence 1 is, I love ice cream. A sentence 2 is, the Eiffel Tower is in Paris. But the both sentences are grammatically apart. There is no logical relation between them. This is a drawback in cohesion. To overcome this drawback, we are using the coherence relation. See the second sentence, coherence with the cohesion. I love ice cream. My favorite flavor is vanilla. Sentence 1. There is a relationship between the sentence 1 and sentences because it reminds the childhood summers. Like some example. Both coherence and cohesion are present. In this sentence, both cohesion and coherence are present. Cohesion means logical flow. That means coherence means logical flow. That means cohesion means there is a connectivity between the sentence 1 and sentence 2. Cohesion means there is a logical flow between the sentences. Coherence means logical structure. This is the main difference between the cohesion and coherence. Coming to we already discussed, right? We have to establish the relationship between the sentences. So there are different types. How the relations are established? There are different types of coherence relations are there. To achieve the coherence, discourse coherence relations, logical relation between sentences that help structure passages meaningfully. Like this, Again, coherence relations is meaningfully in a discourse. Here, the authors are Robert and Jerry Hobbs have categorized them in 7 ways. This is the 7 relations between the 7 coherence relations in a sentences, between the sentences. Occasion, explanation, elaboration, result, parallel, contrast, amplification. This is the 7 coherence relations arrived in coherence relations in the discourse structure to form the sentences logical flow and connectivity between the sentences. We are using these 7 coherence relations. Next, coming to the types of coherence relation. The first one is occasion. What is the meaning of here occasion? That means one event occurs after the another. It means it creates a temporal link, not permanently. This is creates a temporal link. Example, see the example. At 9 a.m. the train arrived at Allahabad. The conference was inaugurated at 10 a.m. Here there is a link between the first sentence 1 and sentence 2. That means sentence 1 is the train arrived at 9 a.m. The conference was 10 a.m. This is the sentence between the event 1 and event 2. That means the second sentence follow logically from the first assumption. The train arrival influenced the event timing. That means the train arrival influenced by the event timing. That means the sentence 2 automatically depends on the sentence 1. Next, explanation relation. The second sentence explains or justifies the first sentence. In explanation, the second sentence automatically explains the first sentence. Soha ate all the rice in the bowl. He was very hungry. Because second sentence automatically depends or justifies the first sentence. Soha is hungry because he is hungry. So why he eat the rice bowl. It means second sentence depends on the first sentence. Here hunger is the second sentence, explains the eating is the first sentence. This is an example, explanation relation. Next, elaboration relation. The second sentence provides the additional details about the first sentence. The second sentence provides the additional details about the first sentence. See the example. Saif scored an unbeaten century today. He was in full swing and made 108 not out on 87 balls. The second sentence, this is the first sentence, this is the second sentence. The second sentence elaborates the first sentence. What is the first sentence? The Saif scored an unbeaten century today. This is the first sentence. The second sentence elaborated the first sentence. What is the second? Out of 108 balls, 87 balls are scored. This is the about elaboration. This is within the meaning itself is the elaboration. We are elaborating the sentence 2 by using the sentence 1. Next, result relation. It shows a cause and effect link between the events. That means cause and effect. The meaning is there is a cause, there is a effect. This in the sentence there is a cause is there, automatically there is effect also there. He was tried because this is the cause. He was tried. Automatic effect is automatically he went to the bed early. This is the effect. This is the second sentence. It rained heavily. The result is the match was cancelled. This is sentence 1, sentence 2. This is the automatic result is because of heavy rain the match was cancelled. This is the second sentence. Next, parallel relation. Parallel, that means the parallel relation based on the similarity between entities. If two sentences talk about entities, that means to share common properties at a time the process is going parallelly. They said to be in a parallel relation. Here the example, Suha likes reading novels. Juha enjoys reading science fiction. At a time the sentence 1, sentence 2 are going. What is the sentence 1? Suha likes reading novels. That is, in sentence 1, the Suha is reading the novels. In sentence 2, Juha enjoys the science fiction. At the time, the both Suha and Juha are similarly doing the work in, this is a parallel work. This is all about parallel relation. That means the relationship between the sentence 1 and sentence 2 parallelly. Next, exemplification relation. This is a relation occurs when general statement is followed by a specific example. This relation occurs when the general statement is followed by the specific example. See the sentence. Soha bought a printer today. It is a laser printer. It is a specification. The printer is the laser printer. This is the exemplification. Here see the sentences. The sentence states that Soha bought a printer. This is the general sentence. Soha bought a printer. This is the sentence 1. And it is a laser printer. It is a laser printer. This is a general term. The specific, what is the specific? Laser is the specific. What is the printer? What is the type of the printer? This is a specification. This is about exemplification relation. Coming to the next one, contrast relation. What is the meaning of the contrast relation? The contrast relation occurs when two statements have opposition meanings. Contrast, that means opposite. Opposing meanings. There are two ways to define the contrast. Negation property and opposition properties. Here, what is the meaning of negation? This is a negation of, that means opposition. And opposing is some p of x or p of y. X is opposing to the y. This is some terminology in the contrast relation. See the example. Suha does not like cricket, but he likes the cricket more than any other game. Suha does not like cricket, but she likes cricket more than any other game. The sentence is, what is this first sentence? Suha dislikes cricket. That means does not mean dislikes. Second sentence, that means a negation here. Negation of P. It is the first sentence. Here sentence 1 actually likes cricket more than other games. This is the actual sentence. What is the negation? He dislikes the cricket. This is the opposing property, that means contrast relation. This is all about co-coherence relations. What is the first one? Occasion relation, explanation relation, and next elaboration, next result relation, and next parallel, exemplification. Next one, contrast relation. These are all 7 are very important coherence relations we are using in discourse processing. Next, discourse interpretation. It is a process of understanding a text, analyzing the structure, coherence, and context. It faces several challenges, primarily related to the context and ambiguity. One of the main challenges in NLP is ambiguity in logical representation of the sentence. That means other hopes suggested that the problem can be decomposed into 6 subproblems. What is the first one? Logical notation and syntax and semantics and knowledge encoding and deductive mechanism. Next, discourse operations, and next, specification of the best interpretation. These 6 are the subproblems of the discourse interpretation. What is coming to the first one? Logical notation or knowledge representation. Logical notation. First, logical notation. That means translating natural language into formal logic. That means to process the sentences. Example, he loves John. Here, who is she? Here, who is the she? This is some logical notation. The system must determine the referent. Here, we have to determine the referent. The who is the she. This is a logical notation problem. Next, syntax and semantics. understanding sentences structure and meaning. Syntax means in the sentence it is there. Syntax and semantics, we have to follow some structure to meaningful sentence. Flying plants can be dangerous. It is about planets that fly or the act of flying plants. This is an example of the syntax and semantic. That means in the syntax and semantic follow the structure and meaning of the sentence. Coming to the knowledge and encoding, storing and retrieving the whole knowledge to aid the interpretation. That means the doctor prescribed medicine. Here, system needs knowledge that doctors prescribed medicine. That means the system needs the knowledge about the medicine, what the doctor says the medicines. Next, deductive mechanism, using logical rules to infer hidden meanings. Example, if train, the ground gets wet, it is raining. The sentence must deduce the ground is wet. That means in the paragraph, so many sentences are there, so many lines are there. We have to read the sentence in a single sentence. That means this is a deductive mechanism. The meaning is the deductive. Next, discourse operation. That means resolving the pronouns, the noun phrases and missing arguments. Example, John bought a car, he drives it daily. Who is he? What is it? This is a discourse operations. Next, specification of the best interpretation, selecting the most consequently appropriate meaning. Example, he reached the bank. That means bank means river bank or financial bank. This is all about specification of the best interpretation. Next, coming to the final part in the discourse processing is discourse structure. That means how we are defining the discourse sentences in a structured form. That means tree format. These are the steps. Identify the major breaks in the text and divide it into meaningful segments. Assign the coherence relations to nodes in tree. That means we are using the here bottom-up approach. Determine the what knowledge or support to the coherence and validate the hypothesis using the larger corpus. That means corpus means some data, text data. This is for example, for the discourse structure in a T structure format. The passage provides some 5 sentences. The sentence 1 contains Ram went to the bank. Sentence 2 contains he then took a token to deposit money. Sentence 3 contains he wanted to buy some clothes. Here there is a relationship between sentence 1, sentence 2, and sentence 3, sentence 4, and sentence 5. Because here we are applying here coherence relations. In sentence 4, he did not have new clothes for a party. And he also wanted to talk to Sham regarding his health. Here event 1, E1, E2, E3, E4, E5 are the events. That means event 1, event 2, event 3, event 4, event 5. Coming to the structure format, this is sentence 1, S1, occasion. Occasion, what is the meaning of here occasion? Occasion meaning one event after the another. Occasion is one event after the another. That means one after another. That means after sentence 1, event 1, after sentence 2. What is the next sentence? He then took a token to deposit money. After Ram went to the bank, next step is to deposit the money. That is the occasion. Next step is to deposit the money. Next, after second sentence, there is a explanation. That means the sentence 3 explains about the sentence 2. That means he wanted to buy some cloth. After deposit the money, he wanted to buy the cloths. After that, parallel, that means sentence 3 and sentence 5. That means E3, E5. That means what is sentence 3? He wanted to buy some clothes and he also wanted to talk to Sham regarding his health. Both are parallel events. This is all about the structure format in discourse structure in tree representation. In this session, we discussed about the discourse coherence and coherence relations and discourse interpretation and discourse structures. This is all about the discourse processing. Thank you.